I'm Paul Heidemann, and in this video, I'm going to go through 3 paragraphs with you, and I'm going to want you to answer some questions and think about how you respond as a reader, and then I'll tell you how typical readers respond when I use these paragraphs in exercises with an audience. One of these paragraphs is from George Gopin's 2004 book, The Sense of Structure, Writing from the Reader's Perspective, which is where all the ideas for this series of videos comes from. What I want you to do is read each of the 3 paragraphs that follow. They're all on the same topic. For each paragraph, pause the video, read the paragraph, and answer the questions. When you're answering the questions, you don't need much detail. Quick answers will be fine. Just think quickly, what's your response? Write it down. Here's your first paragraph. Pause the video, read, and then write down your answers. This is a check. Did you pause the video, read paragraph 1, and write down answers? You should, if you haven't already. You won't get the point unless you do the exercise. Now here's paragraph 2. Pause the video, read, and then write down your answers. Again, here's a check. Pause the video if you haven't already, answer the questions. You won't get the point unless you do the exercise. And paragraph 3. Pause the video, read, and then write down your answers. This time, there are 4 questions. Here's my check. Pause the video if you haven't already. Answer the questions. What do readers decide when they read these 3 paragraphs? How do they answer these questions? I've done this exercise with at least 20 groups, mostly of students, but some of professors. The professors have ranged from professors in the sciences to professors in English. All 3 paragraphs contain the same information, but in 2 paragraphs, I changed the structure to violate reader expectations. In paragraph 1, I reworded sentences to violate reader expectations for sentences. The grammatical subject is often not whose story, as described in other videos. What's in the stress position is often not stress-worthy. The backward links often don't fit. In paragraph 1, I also violated reader expectations for paragraphs. What's the result? Very few people prefer paragraph 1. Almost none. Very rarely someone does. The ones who prefer paragraph 1 are not wrong. Those readers might be enjoying the quotations. Perhaps they enjoy having to work to discover a meaning. But most people really don't like paragraph 1. In paragraph 2, all I did was move 1 sentence. I moved the original first sentence to the end of the paragraph. With the sentence moved, now readers don't find a clear issue, an expectation they have for paragraphs. The issue is what the paragraph is broadly about. Readers expect to find the issue in one of the first 3 sentences. There are usually a few readers who prefer paragraph 2, but most do not. It's more work to figure out what the paragraph is about. And the final sentence of the paragraph isn't very interesting at the end of that paragraph after the ideas that have been developed earlier. Paragraph 2 is usually not preferred. Paragraph 3 is the original from George Gopin's book in 2004, a paragraph taken from a student undergraduate essay. In paragraph 3, the first sentence tells the reader what the paragraph is broadly about. For most readers, that first sentence makes sense to them as an issue. The next sentences all support or follow from previous sentences and the issue. Each sentence has a who story that makes sense to most readers, a backward link that seems clear, a forward lean to where the sentence is going, the verb, and text that seems stress-worthy in the stress position. And the end of the paragraph ends with something new that follows from the previous sentences. Therefore, the final sentence makes sense to most readers as the point. Nearly all readers report to me that it was easiest to read and understand paragraph 3. I have one final important point I need to make to you. Readers tend to prefer paragraph 3 because it needs the least reader energy, what George Gopin describes as the amount of mental energy it takes a reader to get through sentences, paragraphs, or some longer piece of text. Paragraph 3 meets reader expectations in a way that feels easy to readers to read and it's clear to interpret. But that doesn't make paragraph 3 better. Paragraph 3 is only better if readers take away what the writer intended. And only the writer can tell us that. A particular piece of text, sentences, paragraphs, are not better or worse based on how easy they are to read. They are better or worse based on whether or not readers take away what the writer intended to convey. In separate videos, I'll mark up paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 and show how the structure might be meeting or violating reader expectations.